Such a
It is brilliant.
production.
Yeah, and there are 700 events at Hay this year. There's one session called Letters Live, where exceptional letters from history, throughout history, are read aloud. I read one at today's session. It's the most nervous I've ever been because I had to follow Benedict Cumberbatch, who just brought the house down, so thanks for that.
But you say that, and I saw you, and you did a brilliant job.
Yeah, well, it's mostly nerves in action. Sean Usher is the author of Letters of Note. He's here with us. Good evening, Sean.
Hello.
It gives a sense of the variety of the letters in the book.
There's everything from apology letters to job application letters, love letters, like really sad, horrifically depressing letters, which I love for some strange reason, to hilarious letters from people like Steve Martin, a form letter he used to send to his fans, Mick Jagger to Andy Warhol. Then there's old letters from like 1000 BC, written in stone, like carved into stone. It's a huge array of different letters.
So pick some of your favourites then from the book from us.
There's a letter from the Queen, which you've got
yes,
a
we have.
blown-up
We've got
version
it here,
here.
actually.
In 1960, President Eisenhower visited Balmoral,
Yeah.
and Queen Elizabeth made some drop scones from her own personal recipe.
Which we have
As you
here,
see
Rob,
here.
if you're interested.
This is the Queen's recipe.
This
It
is
is,
Queen's
yeah.
recipe. I mean, they look quite... I mean, they look like pikelets, don't they?
Yeah. I don't know where we made these, to be honest.
So
In he
elegant.
goes.
Okay, what about that?
Fantastic.
All right, good.
Well,
so it's a wise thing to say.
Eisenhower loved them, as is Rob. And so the Queen sent the recipe to him a few months later. So in the book you can see the actual letter and you can see the recipe itself, so you can copy it if you want.
It's
and then the next letter after that is a letter from Jack the Ripper that was sent with half a human kidney to...
I'm not going to eat that.
No. Okay,
So it's like a roller coaster ride. It really is a kind of your emotions shift.
and you thought a lot about the order you put them in. Tell us about the letter from Gandhi to Hitler.
Yeah, just before, as World War II was starting, Gandhi wrote to Hitler, thinking he could maybe change his mind, and literally said, "Can you stop for the sake of humanity?" But it got intercepted by the British government, and Hitler never received it. Not that it would have helped, I imagine, but that's a hugely historically interesting letter.
So how on earth then, Sean, did you collect and put all these letters together? Where did you get them from?
I started 4 years ago, and I've just been looking in archives, libraries. I buy so many books, it's ridiculous. Archives, books, museums. A lot of people now, because there's a website of the same name, and now that's become quite popular. A lot of readers send in their own letters that they've got from famous people or they've sent themselves. It's a huge different, loads of different avenues.
And what about the most important letter, in your opinion, out of all of them?
The most important, Francis Crick, who co-discovered the structure of DNA, just after he'd discovered it, he wrote a letter to his son, this is before it became public, and said, "I've just made the most important discovery," and explained DNA with illustrations of the molecules and everything.
Wow.
And that particular letter was sold last year at Christie's auction house for £5 million.
£5 million.
It's the most expensive letter ever sold.
And of course,
and that's in the book. You can see the illustrations now.
they're a dying art, so they're going to get more and more expensive and valuable, aren't they?
Exactly, yeah. We're turning to Twitter, text, emails. It's just so
Rob,
mundane.
what's going on? What are we missing out?
Handwriting is dying out as well, isn't it? Do you find now when you do write a letter that your handwriting, because you write so rarely?
You have to warm
That's
up, don't
true.
you?
Yeah.
That could
I
be
have
old
this
age.
book, actually.
That
It could be old age. Thank you, John. I have this.
You're getting off both of them tonight.
I know. You can turn against a person very quickly, can't you? I have
I'm a
this
big
book.
fan.
Thank you. I have this book, and there's a great letter in it from Elvis to President Nixon. That famous shot of Elvis and Nixon in the Oval
Yeah.
Office. He went to deliver a letter, and that is in there.
It's in there. You can see like 6 pages
Oh,
long,
it's long,
handwritten,
yeah,
and he wrote it on the
letter.
plane to the White House.
Well,
All to get a police badge.
Yeah.
What is
It's
Well,
ridiculous.
people are fascinated by the book. I know it's in its 8th print run, so well done, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Fantastic.
Sean.
Thank you.
you.